Good afternoon. I'm your instructor, Mr. Canterbury. Today we'll be learning how to use PowerPoint to create presentations. First, however, let me talk about myself and my qualifications. I've been giving presentations in front of large groups now for years, and in that time I've given presentations on a large variety of topics. In doing so, I've learned what makes good PowerPoints and what doesn't. Now, let's talk about the purpose of this training. Often in today's workplace, it is becoming more and more common for employees to have to create presentations. These presentations can be used to sell to clients, convey a message, set for management, and more. Because of this growing need, it is imperative that employees at every level learn how to create presentations, and that is what training will be on today. Today's training is designed to help give you the foundation needed to properly navigate the PowerPoint program. In addition, trainers will develop skills needed to create a PowerPoint that will impress others and properly convey the message they're wanting to send. Now let's review the lesson objectives. Today's training has the following learning objectives. Students will be able to identify the basic program functions of PowerPoint. Students will also be able to analyze the components of an effective PowerPoint presentation. And lastly, students will be able to create workplace PowerPoint presentations. Now that we know what our objectives are, let's discuss how we're going to accomplish these objectives with an overview of today's lesson. Today's training will compose of 3 parts. Each part will have its own mini instructional lecture where I will review the parts of PowerPoint. After each instructional period, there will be an activity to go along with the mini lecture. The first lesson will be the basic functions of PowerPoint. Following that will be elements of an effective PowerPoint. Lastly, we will close with workplace PowerPoints. First, I'll demonstrate the lessons on my example PowerPoint, which is behind me. And then you all have the opportunity to create your own presentations and practice. Now that we've covered all the prep work, let's get started. Our initial lesson is the basic components of PowerPoint. When making PowerPoint, regardless of the content, you will need to know the basic functions of PowerPoint. These basic functions are the foundation upon which you'll build the skills necessary to create effective presentations. The first function is adding text to a slide. Now, if everyone will look at my example PowerPoint, you'll see how this is done. Because of limitations on computers, I have to explain it rather than demonstrate. As you'll see on the PowerPoint, you'll take, here's the click to add title, where you'll first simply click on the text box that you wish to write in. Once that is complete, you start typing your text. So all you have to do is click on here and add your text. Now that we have that covered, the next function is adding slide. This part is easy to remember. Simply go up here to the top of the section where it says New Slide. Click on this new slide with the add to your presentation. In a second, I'll add a slide to this. Now that we've covered that, let's talk about adding pictures to your PowerPoint presentation. For this, you go up to the top here and insert. And then you'll be given another tab of options. In that tab of options will be Add Photo, in which you'll select the photo you wish to add from your saved photos and add it to the current slide you are working on. Lastly, we're going to change the order in which the slides appear in the presentation and put it where we want to. As you can see on my example, what we're going to do is take this initial slide, that once we've edited it, and simply clicking on your cursor and moving it to the top or bottom position, whichever direction you'd like to move the slide. Now that concludes the mini lecture series on basic training. Next, I'm going to give everyone the opportunity to practice what we've just learned, their PowerPoint presentations. The PowerPoint should already be open. I want everyone to do what we just discussed, to add text to a slide, add an additional slide, add a picture, and then change the slide order. I'll give everyone a couple of minutes to get this done. If anyone needs any help, just raise your hand, and I'll assist immediately. Once everyone is finished, we'll move on to the next lesson. Then, while we allow everyone to work, I'm going to go through my presentation here and demonstrate the skills we just learned. Here you can see me adding text to the slide. I'm adding my current name. Then I'm moving up here to the top and selecting new slide. And you can see on the side where new slide has been added. Now to add a photo, we're going to go insert pictures. this is where we select pictures of taking photos. Then for our final section is to change the order of the slide. So we can simply click here and grab our slide and move it to the top. And in doing so, we've changed the slide order so that our second slide is now our first. Now that everyone's had an opportunity to practice, let's move on. The next portion of our training will discuss the elements of an effective PowerPoint. When creating a PowerPoint, there are certain things you can add to the presentation to add extra effect. The first element we will discuss is background. When creating your PowerPoint, the background you choose can either make or break you. You want your background to be visually pleasing, with the colors and styles matching the tone of the message. And at the same time, you don't want your background to be loud and distracting. You want it to be pleasing and the style to match the overall tone of what you're trying to present. To demonstrate this, I will be adding a background to my slide when we do our examples. Keep in mind, different presentations you're going to want a specific theme to go with it, so it requires some critical thinking to select the specific theme you want to go with for your presentation. Next, we're going to add a transition. The transitions are how your slides enter into the frame. So when we're adding transitions, the rules for this are like the background. They add style and flair, but also run the risk of being too much and come off as distracting and unprofessional. So add one. You're going up to the transition tab on design, like the design, you'll select it. And then you'll go through the list of available options and select the transition that you most currently want. Then, with those two demonstrations, that concludes our portion of the lesson. Next, I'm going to give everyone here the opportunity to practice what we just learned. Go back to your practice PowerPoints you have already been working on and add a background style and transition to one slide. Once again, I'm available to answer questions and aid anyone that needs help. Once everyone is finished, we will move on. And once again, as previously done, I will go through what I just covered and give us a brief demonstration while still explaining what I'm doing. First, I'm going to design. Select the proper background. Because we want something intelligent and professional, we're going to go with smart looking and background. This creates a nice professional tone while also staying pleasing to the eye. Next, I'm going to go to transitions. Notice the different available options. After clicking each one, you can get an example of what the added effect is. For our presentation here, we're going to choose something simple but elegant with most easy page. On the side, you can also affect how quick you want the transition to last, and you would like a sound effects to go along with the transition. Once you have selected our style, we can then apply the entire selection to every slide in the PowerPoint. Now that everyone's had a chance to opportunity to practice, let's move on to our final lesson. Our final lesson for this training is about workplace PowerPoint. If you recall back to the previous lesson, we talked about making sure your background transitions were appropriate and didn't distract from the message. Workplace presentations are the same way. And giving workplace presentations is a certain level of professionalism that is expected, and with that, a standard for how presentations should look and the content they should contain. First is the font. When we begin adding text to our slides, we didn't pay any attention to what the font or what the words were. Now we will. The go-to font for most workplaces is Times New Roman. This font can be seen in many different professional settings, such as academic research journals and other scholarly sources. This font is easy to read and shows that you mean business. Lastly, one major item that can elevate your presentation to the next level is a reference page. The reference page or bibliography is the final page in your presentation, and it shows where you got all of your information and sources used. By adding this page, you avoid plagiarism, and you show how your PowerPoint had actual research and effort put into it. While there are certain different styles and different reference pages, APA style is a solid style that is used by many professionals. To demonstrate how this would look, I'm going to add a reference page to the slide here, and the work I will be referencing is my employee training book. Now, those are the things to do this. Sorry. To do this, you start by first writing the last names and then the first initial of the first name of the author of the book. Then, in parentheses after it, you put the year of the publication of the book, and lastly, the title of the book or article you're referencing. Remember, any line used after the first one should also be indented. And with that, concludes our final lesson. So for our final activity, I want everyone to incorporate everything we've learned today. Start by changing the font of your practice PowerPoint to one that is office appropriate. It doesn't have to be Times New Roman, but it should still be something that is easily read and looks professional. And finally, I want everyone to create a reference page using this training as the work to be cited. I'll show you the title page of my training PowerPoint, and you'll be able to reference it using my name, Thomas Canterbury, and the year this training was created, 2019. If anyone has any questions, I can assist. Once everyone is done, we will conclude our lesson. So, as I previously mentioned, I will demonstrate how to change the font and add a reference page to our slides. First, we'll go change our font. We'll go back to the home and undo go to text. We go here next to the font and color style. Go down to this bar, and the font goes in alphabetical order. We simply scroll down, find the row, select it. Now, whenever you start typing, this is the font we will use. So let's go ahead and create a reference page. You simply put references at the top. And then next, go and add. Then you start adding your references. For me, I'm going to reference my training and development book. I would start with the author's last name, then the comma, first initial last name, R, period, year of publication, 2013, parentheses, and then lastly, the title, employee training development. That is how you properly define a source using abbreviation style formatting. Moving back to my final slide, say what is an opportunity to reference this one in the PowerPoint. With that demonstration over, that concludes our PowerPoint. That concludes our presentation training for today. Now that the training is complete, let's review what we covered. First, we learned about basic functions of PowerPoint, adding text, adding slides, and inserting photos, and changing the slide order. These basic functions will be the foundation for which you build upon your rest of your skills in PowerPoint presentation. Hopefully you'll remember these basics to look towards access. Then we cover the elements that affect PowerPoint, slide backgrounds, and transitions. These enhancers of PowerPoint can absolutely make your presentation one step ahead of your colleagues in competition. Then finally, we ended with learning about making our presentations work appropriately by using proper fonts and adding a reference page. Workplace appropriate PowerPoints are some of the most key and most widely used presentations. Always remember when you're creating workplace PowerPoint presentations, always have in mind who the audience is. Remember, you're trying to impress or sell. You want the best impression you can. I hope everyone gained some valuable skills from this training. I thank you for being wonderful participants. If anyone has any final questions, don't wait a moment and answer them. I'll give everyone one last chance to check out the PowerPoint for reference